Am I recording now? Yes, I think I am. Okay. So it is now 6:10, so I will get started. Welcome everyone to UCSD Circle K. This is our new member orientation. So we've I don't know how many of you guys out here have been coming out to our previous rush events, but thank you for all who have been, and hello to all the new people if this is your first event. So let's have a quick 5-minute icebreaker. So I'll be separating you guys into breakout rooms, and then I would like you to start off with a classic introduction, your name, your year, your college, and major. And the 3 follow-up questions are: how have you spent most of your time in quarantine? What has been your go-to takeout food? And what is the first thing you want to do at SD when school is back in person? I will send the questions in the chat right now so that you guys have them to reference. I'm sorry, I cannot type very fast. And here are the 3 questions, and I will be separating you guys into random breakout rooms now, if it would let me. Can I not separate you guys into breakout rooms if I'm screen sharing?
I don't think that's a thing.
Okay. Yes. So I hope everyone was everyone able to get through their introductions? I hope so. I was hoping for it to be like a 1 minute per person kind of thing. Okay, awesome. So what Circle K is all about. So Circle K International is a collegiate service organization primarily focused on fostering compassion through performing service for others, building on members with leadership skills, and creating long-lasting friendships through fellowship events. So basically, if there's 3 things you want to take away from what Circle K is about, it's our 3 main tenets, which is service, leadership, and fellowship. And we'll be having some people talk about those 3 tenets later on, so stick around for more. But yeah, we're a club really focused on, helping the community. And while we are helping the community, we're also building bonds with one another by going to these different events, or we would be going to these different events if we were in person, but nowadays it is over Zoom. But I still like to think that we have a lot of fun and we're still able to hold a lot of really meaningful events together and just bond and have a really good time. This is a short promotion video that Danielle had put together earlier this year. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it, but I will just play it for us now again. Can you guys hear it?
No.
No?
Computer sound.
Okay. Okay.
Want to know what Circle K is?
Can you hear it now?
Yes.
About? Let me show you.
Circle K International offers lots of community service, leadership development, and fellowship opportunities. But what does Circle K at UCSD specifically offer? We partake in service events like volunteering at the soup kitchen and participating in activities and helping young students with their homework at Boys and Girls Club. We also have other various service projects aimed to raise awareness, fundraise, and better our communities. Hang out and get to know other members of the club at our social events. Bond with people who have similar interests as you through our family system and Big Little program. Here's your opportunity to make memories and friendships that can last a lifetime.
Here at Circle K, we have numerous leadership opportunities to develop your professional and personal growth. Apply to be on a committee, impact team, or even our club's board of officers. There are even more leadership opportunities where you can meet, make connections, and network with other Circle Kers in the division, district, and international levels. Let's make a difference together through service, leadership, and fellowship. For more information, check us out on our website or social media. Or come out to our general body meetings on Mondays at 8 p.m.
Wow, what a quality video, everyone. Wouldn't you agree? Oh. Okay, so, so basically the way Circle K is structured is that most of the members, which if you choose to join will be all of you guys, the general members, which make up the bulk of Circle K. And then we get down to the club board, which I will be introducing later on. And then from there, there's the divisional board, the district board, and then at the bottom, we have the international board. Now, it isn't to say that only board members are considered for leadership roles. In the little blurb I have to the side, within Circle K are also committees. So committees are great opportunities for general members to take on a leadership role for a project they're passionate about. During the leadership tenet presentation, we'll have someone talk a little bit about the different leadership opportunities that are offered as a member of Circle K. So a little about the Kiwanis family will be presented by Ruthie, if she could unmute.
Am I allowed to say my position or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So hi everyone, I'm Ruthie. I'm the Kiwanis family chair. So Circle K is actually part of a larger family called the Kiwanis family. The Kiwanis family consists of 6 different branches. So we have the adult branch, which has Kiwanis International and Action Club, which is for Kiwanis members with disabilities. We have the collegiate branch, which is Circle K International, or CKI, which is us. At the high school level, we have Key Club, as some of you may be familiar with, and we have we have Builders Club for middle school students, and then we have K Kids for those in elementary school. So because the Kiwanis family is so big and is international, clubs are divided into districts and divisions. So since we're in California, we're part of the California, Nevada, Hawaii district, or the CNH district. And along with that, for Circle K, we have 9 divisions, and we're specifically in the Paradise division. Paradise division Circle K clubs consist of us, UCSD, SDSU, CSU San Marcos, Grossmont College, and then University of Hawaii, Manoa. I know that was a lot to take in, but I hope it gives you a sense of how great and welcoming this organization is, especially when we can connect with other people from other schools, states, and even countries if you wanted to get on the international level. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about the Kiwanis family, and I hope you consider becoming a part of it or continue to be a part of it by joining Circle K.
Thank you so much, Ruthie. That was much better than I could have ever explained. But yeah, as Ruthie was talking about, we are within the CNH, California, Nevada, Hawaii district, and specifically in the Paradise division. So CSU San Marcos, Grossmont College, Palomar College, SDSU, UCSD, Hawaii Pacific University, University of Hawaii at Manoa, University of Hawaii Hilo, and University of Hawaii Maui College. So all of these different colleges are basically like our sisters, I guess, in a way you could say. But that's not to say that we only interact with people within this division, especially with going online at Zoom. We interact with the with colleges from like other divisions all across like Southern California. But yeah, so as Ruthie was talking about when she asked if she could reveal her position, I will now be introducing UCSD Circle K 2020-2021 board, aka the We Bear board. So we have our elected board, Evan Lin, our president, who is unfortunately not present right now. We have Justin Fong, our vice president of administration. We have Ramtin, our Vice President of Service. We have Danielle, our Secretary, and Justin Luck, our Treasurer. And then we have our appointed board. So Anne Nguyen, our Fellowship Chair, Emily Chu, who is our Fundraising Chair, who is not here, Ruthie, who is our Kiwanis Family Chair, who just gave our wonderful presentation, me, our MD&E, or Membership Development and Education Chair, Christina, our R&O Chair, or our Member Relations and Outreach Chair. We have Shannon, our Public Relations Chair, Blanchie, our Service Chair, and Jerome, our Technology Chair. So yes, we are your board members of the 2020 to 2021. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to any of us. We would be happy to answer your question for you or direct you to different people who can answer your question for you. And honestly, you can also reach out to general members. There are quite a few general members who have been in this club for 3-4 years now, who have also held leadership positions in the past, and they know a lot as well. So feel free to reach out to any of us. I promise we don't bite. We're very nice. Even if we seem mean, I promise we're all very, very nice. So as I was also talking about earlier, the tenets of Circle K are service, leadership, and fellowship. So the next few slides will just be a couple photos, and I will also be inviting up some of the people who will give short little talks about what each of these tenets mean. So service, we have, so this was before obviously COVID and the stay-at-home order, but we would have recurring service events like PATH, which would be volunteering in a soup kitchen. We had Boys and Girls Club. This was Sports for Exceptional Athletes. And these were all recurring service events, which happen every week. Now we also have reoccurring services now that occur online. So that's very nice of our service. This was from a one-time service event. It was a dog adoption event, very fun. This was from, I believe, our LSSP, which is our large scale service project. It was a 24-hour service marathon. So basically for 24 hours of the day, there were different service events that everyone was participating in. This was also from LSSP, the 24-hour event, I believe. Oh, I'm so sorry, but, oh no, I did not mean to do that, I promise. But I would like to invite both our service chair and our vice president of service to give their little spiel about what service is and what it means to them, if they could.
Yes, definitely. So hi, my name is Ramtin. As Emily said, I'm Vice President of Service. So as Emily explained, we had, when we were back in person, we had a lot of recurring services, Boys and Girls Club, the Sports for Exceptional Athletes, and also Path Cook. And they were all amazing events. We also had like single service events. The adoption one that Emily put, that one was a single service event, which would happen usually like on the weekend. We had a lot of cleanups, but obviously we can't do in person anymore. So we are kind of moving to trying out different things online. So if you guys came to our Fall Rush, so far we had Zooniverse, we had Peace Cranes. We're gonna have more of those events as well because they're more popular and they're more meaningful. And also we're gonna have events such as street cleanup. So be on the lookout for that. There's gonna be a 2-week period where you can do street cleanup and you get some prizes at the end, I think. Also, there is Halloween DIY. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna do online, social distancing. We're trying to keep it meaningful and also safe, so you guys don't have to go to the extra route. But also, if you want to do the services that are a little bit more in person, Braylon is gonna talk about it, but impact teams are the things to go with. So be on the lookout for those as well. Blanchard, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to add why I decided to join Circle K. It was mostly because of the service aspect. For me, college was really stressful and I wanted to serve the community while I was in school. So that's why I really resonated with Circle K, because they had weekly recurring services, and through those I've met like really incredible people, and we were also able to interact really closely with the community. So I hope we go back to in-person services soon, but we're trying to still serve the community as best as we can this fall. So yes, that's all from me.
Yeah, definitely that was something that prompted me to join too. I was deciding between Circle K and Rotaract, but I feel like the fellowship aspect kind of in Circle K brought me over here. But obviously I came here at first for service, so yes, let's go.
Thank you so much, Ramton. Thank you so much, Blanchi. It was very meaningful to hear them talk about service with such passion. And you can also be super passionate about service with them if you come out to our service events. They happen, there's about 2 each week, I want to say, at least this month. There's about 2 each week. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to come. We have them at different times. So if one time doesn't work for you, come out on another day, and hopefully that time works for you. Okay, so this will be about our leadership photos. So this was, I believe, the LSFP the fundraising event, the basketball event. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone, but I'm pretty sure this was one of the events that the LSFP committee had hosted. So this was SAT. They were working towards ending human trafficking, and this is they had weekly. I don't know if it was weekly, but they were always on Library Walk, and they had different events throughout the week. This was Team Joy, I believe. They were writing letters to the elderly, I want to say, and as you can tell, I am not very well versed on the leadership aspect of the tenant, unfortunately. I hope to learn more. I feel like I can always learn more, but someone who is very well versed about leadership and what it means to hold a leadership role in Circle K is Braylon. So I would like to invite Braylon up to speak now if she could.
Yep. Hello. So as Emily was explaining earlier, Circle K has leadership opportunities at many different levels. There's committees and boards at the club, division, district, and international levels. I've been in 9 leadership positions within Circle K. I've been on board twice, on 4 different committees on the club, division, and district levels, and headed or co-headed 3 committees of my own. One is still going on right now. So committees have different positions and focuses that could also help you with your career path or interests. For example, Jerome is leading a tech team right now, if you're interested. And there's also like graphic design and marketing committees at the district level. So you can find something that you're interested with throughout the club. I'll be focusing mostly on the club level opportunities since that's what I have the most experience with. So some of the committees we have within Circle K are focused on fundraising, service, ending human trafficking, educating high school students, and impact teams, which are service ones, but I'll talk about that in a bit. So you and other members on the committee work towards one goal, and it's a great way to get to know people in a smaller group setting. So most of the club committees are led by a board member, and the positions are filled up by general members. The only committee that's headed by a general member would be impact teams. So as Ramton mentioned earlier, impact teams are community service committees. They're geared towards whatever cause the head chooses and is passionate about. So right now, my impact team is focusing on homelessness, and we're currently sewing face masks and assembling care packages to give out to people experiencing homelessness in San Diego. So there have been other causes in the past as well, like some examples are animals, elderly people, Alzheimer's awareness, cancer, heart disease, environmental causes, and underserved youth. So if you have anything that you're passionate about and you want to lead your own team, Rompton is releasing the head applications tonight. If you're interested or nervous to do it, you can definitely reach out to me or Rompton for more information. And he asked me about this, but if you're scared to do it, maybe I'll co-head with you. Ho ho. Okay, but yeah. I think committees are a great way to meet other people within Circle K and get a taste of leadership. They help me out a lot in like communication, event planning, and honestly, opening up to people because I was extremely introverted when I joined Circle K. So I think they also require less commitment than other positions. They're typically either a quarter or a year long, depending on the committee, and it's like about 2-hour commitment per week, also depending on the committee. It's also a great way to transition into higher positions like board. So last year, like in one of the pictures Emily showed, Evan and I co-headed a committee to raise awareness about human trafficking, and now 4 out of 5 of our committee babies are on board. Wow, and Evan's the president. Wow. But yeah, as for board positions, these require more commitment and last a year, but they're very rewarding. You either get elected or apply for a position, and you can mold that position into your vision. You have resources, guidelines, and trainings from past boards, but ultimately it's up to you whether you choose to follow what the previous position holders have done or implement your own ideas. It's one of the best and most unique experiences. I honestly loved it so much. You work as a team together to plan events for like the whole club, and you bond with the other board members. And I've met such great friends on boards, and it's a very fun and rewarding experience. But yeah, sorry, this is kind of long, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I have enough experience to share. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Braylon. That was a wonderful, wonderful TED Talk you gave there. But yeah, just to add on to the point she said, leadership opportunities, anyone can do it. There are multiple different facets. Like it's not just board. Honestly, as she said, just reach out to her. There's a leadership opportunity for you out there, not just within the club level, but district, divisional. Yeah, I think Braylon covered most of it. So I was just trying to sprinkle on a little bit there. And of course, what arguably most people come out for is fellowship. When I say fellowship, I mean things like going to Happy Lemon with a bunch of people, or, going to laser tag with a bunch of your friends, or maybe taking cute pictures at a pumpkin patch, or spending the night out on the beach when it's super cold and the wind is blowing and you're getting sand everywhere, but you're enjoying it because you're having fun with your friends. Or maybe just a board game night. And this is a picture from a joint fam event. So I'll explain a little bit. Actually, no, I won't explain a little bit about FAMs. I'll have the fellowship chair explain what FAMs and fellowship is all about.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ann. I am your fellowship chair for the year. What fellowship is basically how you meet people. So the fellowship tenet at Circle K is basically focused around meeting and getting to interact with new people. And a great way we do that is the FAM system, which is pretty much like the biggest part of like the social aspect of Circle K. And how that works is that you'll be sorted into like a fam or like a family, kind of like how like Harry Potter works, where like you're sorted into like different houses, but like instead of a sorting hat, you have me. So what I'll do is that I'll be looking at like your interactions with people and your applications, and I'll be sorting you into like a fam, which is like a group of people who have like similar interests and like similar like views as you, and then you get to interact in a much more like intimate setting, because I know that like larger settings, like a big club, like 30 or like 90 people is really like intimidating. But like when we sort into the fams, that splits down into like 10 people or like 15 people, and that way you get to build a lot deeper and like more personal connections. Like I personally know that a lot of my closest friends in Circle K came from like, okay, I'm sorry, but my personal like most of my friends in Circle K come from my fam, and so it's a really good way to meet new people. And another big thing about the fellowship tenant is that we have something called the big little system, and that is where someone who is a returning member picks up someone who is a newer member, or like even if you're a second year, you can still get picked up. Whatever you are, you get picked up as long as you're like a new member. And what that is that you basically get like a mentor, and that mentor will like shower you in gifts, shower you in like food, and then they basically just like become like your friend, your mentor, another sibling even. Like I know I have a really good like mentor relationship with my personal big. But if you're not looking for a big, you could look for a little who you would mentor. And yeah, those are the two major things about the they do break the bank. So like they will shower you in gifts. Like I know that like one of our board members, our president, like spent like, I don't know, like $10,000 on his gifts for his littles. But you know, you don't have to spend that much money. But yeah, so if you were really looking for a way to like interact with people, because I know that like right now online school is like really like non-interactive, and it's like you don't get the opportunity to meet new people. Circle K is a really good way because we will like no matter what we'll sort you into a fam, and fam events are definitely more intimate. They're a lot more like deep and personal, and it's a really good way to meet people, and it's a really good way for you um to like join a club where like you might not feel as like personable with like a big club, but it allows you to meet just like people on like a one-on-one or like a 5-on-1 basis. Yeah, it's also the best tenant. That's why she saved it for last.
Okay, I won't say it's the best tenant because, you know, I don't play favorites, but I will say that fellowship was a big part of the reason why I joined as well. Also, so fellowship, the fam system, as he was talking about, they have heads of the fams, and then those are also leadership opportunities, I would say. So if you're interested in leading a fam and like having your own little fam and being like the parent of your own little family, I would consider looking into that at the end of the year. That was my first leadership role, I guess I would say. I know I switched the PowerPoint a little early, but district funding initiatives. So basically these are just initiatives that we as Circle K have promised to help support, and that is the Kiwanis Family House, which works to provide temporary housing and support to families of seriously ill or injured children and adults being treated at the UC Davis Medical Center. There's also the Trevor Project, which provides crisis intervention and suicide prevention for LGBTQ youth under 25, as well as providing guidance and resources to parents and educators in order to create a more inclusive environment. And then we have the Pediatric Trauma Program, which focuses on charity and needs for pediatric trauma patients. So education on that. I know this is a bit of a jump, but our club website, ucsdcki.org, there's a lot of information on there, and our tech chair, Jerome, is constantly updating it. As of right now, what you will probably be using the most is the calendar. We try to keep the calendar up to date as much as possible with the different events that will be coming up that week. So if you want to like a comprehensive look at like what events will be coming up, I would recommend going to the calendar and looking at that. And the most important reason why you guys probably came out here is how to become a member. So the requirements to becoming a member is attending at least one social and one service event. I believe NMO, this event counts as a social. We will be doing a little social activity after, so don't quote me on that, but just put it on if you haven't gone to a different event, and I'll talk to the president. I'll make sure to let it slide since we'll be having a social event after. You will complete an application. You can find it at ucsdcki.org, or I posted this exact same slide on our Facebook page, and our treasurer, Justin Luck, had posted a link to the application in the comments below. So if you want to find it that way, you can, but it'll be easier to find it through our website. And then you'll have to submit your $35 dues via Venmo. So what are dues? So basically the $35 is to be an active member of CKI. You get a membership card and pin, and you have an invitation to new member installation. But that's not all. The $35 also goes into international dues, district dues, admin funds, and promotional materials. So it's basically just to mark you as an official member of Circle K. And that all these like different events that you're participating in, you essentially like the experience you get back from it and the things you get back from it is what those $35 are worth. Dues may be subject to change if we go back to in-person events, because those dues also account for like paying for transportation for things with CTS. That's an in-person thing, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I know the $35 like seems like a steep price, but you know, it's for the whole year. It's a lot cheaper than what most sororities and frats are charging sometimes. I'm not saying we're a sorority or frat in any way, but it's really worth it. I feel like the money you put in, like this $35, you really get it back, you know, with the way your big will spoil you, with the amount of raffles we have all the time, with the different committees having like different prizes sometimes for like events you go to or things like that. $35 really does come back to you. So this is a membership recognition program, and Ramtin wanted to speak a little more about that with you guys. So
Yeah. So as said before, we have a district level and division level, and we want to recognize the people who do a lot of service, a lot of fellowship, a lot of leadership, the people who are active in the club. So that's what MRP is. MRP rewards you for being active in the club. So as you see, the main requirement for hitting one of these medals, which is bronze, silver, gold, and plat, is the service hours and being a dues paid member, which means you pay that $35 that Emily said, and then you become a member. So you hit those, and also on the other side, you have to hit some other criterias for social events. You have to go to 4 of these 14 events. So you can go to a social event, you can go to MDNE events. This counts as an MDNE. You can go to alumni, which is if there is an alumni in the event, if there's more than 2 alumni in the event, that would count as alumni. And Kiwanis family events, you can hit up Ruthie and learn more about the Kiwanis family events that we have. We have so many events. We have one with on Friday, if I'm not wrong, right, Ruthie? It's on Friday?
Yes.
Yes. And we have inter clubs, which means it is with other clubs like SDSU, UCI, UCR. We had a lot of inter clubs before. We're gonna have more coming up. Divisional events, district events. These are events that are not by our club, but by Circle K in division level or district level. And international events are like CKIX, which will come up, and you will learn more about it later. Um, but if you have any questions about any of these, make sure to hit us up and we'll be more than happy to talk about it. But also, I wanted to mention something. We may have something like this MRP program, which awards you based on the service, fellowship, and leadership stuff that you do in the club and you're active. And we may have some prizes for the people that are active. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's going to be released later.
thank you so much, Ramtin. Anne wanted to explain a little more about what dues are and what they are for. So if he wants to do that.
Yeah, so I think Emily like really explained like really well like what dues do for the club, but like I want to explain what dues do for you. So like when you pay dues, a lot of that money is going back to you in the sense that if you're sorted into a fam, we do get a budget to like spend on you, and usually that goes into things like giving you gifts. Like we'll like usually when you're sorted into a fam, the fam will give you like a ton of gifts. Like I personally was given like a shirt, posters, pins, and then it'll also be paying for us to ship you your gifts. So in case that you don't come back for the year, we will ship you like your gifts and your items for like if you complete the task permissions. So it really does go to you, and like $35 is not that much when you consider like everything you're getting back. Like yeah, so that's why I want to explain. Like a lot of it does go back into the fellowship tenant. It's not just all going to like Circle K International.
Definitely not.
Okay, so there we go. So MRP, as I saw some people say in the chat, it looks really good on resumes. You know, since when you pay dues, you are an officially recognized member. Getting a bronze, silver, gold, or platinum level, like that is officially recognized and marked down by CKIX. Like you can, it means a lot. Like look at all these like requirements that it takes in order to reach that level. Like you want to show that off, so show that off. As I was saying before about the 3 requirements, having 1 social or 1 service. If you cannot stay for the social aspect of this, we have a social tomorrow, and we also have virtual bonfire on Friday, and even more next week. So please check the calendar for those up and coming events, and follow the UCSD CKI Fall 2020 Fall Rush. We'll be posting regularly there with like all the Zoom links and stuff, but also like the calendar has the Zoom links. With services, although we won't be having any more services this week, we will be having Zooniverse on October 14th, wildlife cards on October 17th, and street cleanup on October 21st. So look out for those and look out for the events that will pop up on the CKI calendar for those when it is closer to that time. Social media. So join as many as you can. We try our best to regularly update them all. It's probably one of the easiest and fastest ways you will be able to tell if we are being involved in something. So the website, as I've said again, ucsdcki.org, the calendar is going to be your best friend. Our Facebook group, UCSDCKI, that's where especially like people will just be posting about different events that they're hosting, different things, things they're interested in. Board members will give updates on there occasionally, things like that. Instagram is at UCSD Circle K. You can look back, see previous year's pictures. We had like fan head spotlights in the past year. It's really cute. You should go check that out. And our Discord. So oh shoot, it's a little cut off at the end, but if you just message me, I can send you the link. Or unless Justin has already sent the link in the chat, which he has. Thank you, Justin. But join that Discord page. There's a lot going on there, not gonna lie, lots of text channels, voice channels. I personally am not very Discord literate, but I think that the way that they've made it is very interactive, and just hang out there. So are there any like questions that anyone has? Anything I didn't go over, anything you're still confused on? Or you can send it in the chat. You don't have to unmute yourself. Member application due dates. So basically, there's no real set deadline to apply to become a member. However, if you do want to get sorted into a FAM by the time, if you do want to get sorted into a FAM by the time NMI, which is new member installation, rolls around. So basically, new member installation is usually it'll be this like big event where we rent out a multi-purpose room at San Diego and we reveal it, and then it's a whole grand thing. But because of COVID, unfortunately, it will be online, but you will still get FAM gifts. If you want to be sorted into a FAM, know your FAM and be eligible for the big little sorting, which is like a week or two after the new member installation, you will want to have turned in your member application and paid your dues by then. As Anne said, you can still get sorted after NMI, but you know, if you just want to be like included in that moment faster, like you should do it before then, because the way that the FAM heads do it is they look at the applications that have come in and then they sort, and they take a lot of time with that. So it's just basically the faster you do it, the better it'll be, is how I can explain it. And also like you want to be eligible for Big Little, like very, very, very important to be eligible for Big Little. But also, like, as I explained with the MRP thing, like you have to be a dues paid member for that. So if you want to start racking up those service hours already, you might want to pay those, submit that member application and pay those dues faster. Yes, if you want to be Evan's little turn in your apps. Oh, and also like if you have a problem with the $35 membership, do just message me or message anyone on board. We'll try our best to help you. Can you send a link for the application, please? Oh, yes, I can. I'll send the link for the application. Once I stop.
I could do it. I could do it.
Or Anne could do it. Thank you, fellowship chair. Yes, he'll send the link for the application. Also, I think Amy's already sent it. I don't know if that'll link to the membership application, but if it does, thank you, Amy. So what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something very important about, the application. The application is quite long. I will say it is a bit lengthy, but it's very important that you take your time to fill it out. The better responses you give, the easier it is for the fellowship chair and his fam heads to sort you into a family that will connect you. Like you want to like connect you to a group of people who are like-minded to you. Not saying that you only have to be friends with people who are like-minded to you, but like you'll be with people who are like you, and it will just be a better like bonding event. And also it'll help with the big little application and matching you with the big who will vibe with you, like, and it'll basically easier if you spend your time on the membership app. If you can't do it all in one sitting, I recommend having like a separate Word document open in order to like save your answers, because it's a Google form. Danielle just sent it. Thank you so much, Danielle. But yes, so if you want to see how lengthy it is, you can, but there's a reason why it is that long. It really helps fellowship chair and fam heads in the future. Also, the dues for being an official member, the $35 is not per quarter. It will be like just a one-time kind of deal. So the $35 is for the whole year. So if you choose to become a member again next year, then it'll be like another $35 then, but it's not per quarter. Are there any other questions? If there are no other questions, then we can move on to the Kahoot. Let me. I'm so sorry. I am technological.